All right, gaming news of the week for January 4th. It is currently January 9th when I'm recording this. So I'm gonna put this out on the 10th. Y'all ugly. Hold on, we can't curse yet. We got hold on, wait like 20 seconds. All right, first things first. Steam Machine. I remember I think the first week we started our short gaming news segment. I talked about the Steam Machine putting out a new console platform, whatever. But I told y'all I wouldn't hold your breath for an affordable console. So Linus Tech Tips went out. He asked them, you know, would it be console price? These people said, what do you mean console price? He told them 400, 500. I don't remember what he said. And they all just stared like he had lobsters coming out of his ears and his ass is something ridiculous. So the leaks say, leaks. I've said 5 times. People don't listen. Okay, this is courtesy of Screen Rant, by the way. That for the 512 gigabyte model, it's 950 USD, and for the 2 terabyte model, it's $1,070 goddamn dollars. Who paying that? Who's paying that? Because the thing is, if you're designing a platform like this, my assumption is that you want to get people from the console space into a comfortable space like a Steam Deck, because then maybe they will go buy and get a full-fledged PC later. So it's more of the middle ground to get people to maybe come over. But with these prices, this is not safe, careful pricing. This is going to be another niche product where some people have it, most people don't. It is that simple. Same thing with the Steam Deck, Steam Machine. These are niche things, bro. It's like when I was as a kid, motherfuckers run around with the Neo Geo Pocket and all that. I never seen a Neo Geo Pocket in real life. I ain't had that kind of money. I was on that Game Boy. Actually, I did have a Game Boy Color. I ain't had a black screen one, but I did have it. Anyway, I think with a price point like this, I think they've eliminated, they filtered out most of what could have been a potential customer. If anybody, because we're nerds in here, you watching this? You're nerd, bro. Anybody here looking at this? I went ahead and highlighted the specs for you guys right here. Now here's the thing. It said it's 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck, which is cool. But what really stuck out to me is they have a 512 gigabyte model. If you really do this gaming shit, which I think if you were to buy a device like this, then you a gamer, you play a lot of stuff. And if you have the problem I have, I can never have enough hard drives ever in life. Never. 512 gig ass. That's PS4 shit. 500 gig. Bro, you install Call of Duty, Battlefield, no more hard drive space, because that's 512. That don't account for OS and other space that you can't have. You're looking at 460 gigs, man. That's not enough. I'm gonna leave it alone. Anyway, are you getting the Steam Deck? Moving on to the next thing. More PC talk. Here we go, guys. We have Nvidia, AMD considering reviving old chips to combat soaring PC costs, courtesy of PC World. Now, I feel like because of all the stuff that's been going on since we started covering the news, there's all these new developments constantly about topics that we've already discussed. So I have to give y'all what's going on. I told you guys, if you're looking at coming into the PC market right now, I would really not do it. I would kind of wait, because the cost, what you're going to get for your money, is not worth it, in my opinion. Other people on PC, if you have other people that are on a PC platform that you trust, you should talk to them before you go out and buy it, because I really think a lot of people who don't know are going to end up with PCs priced as a 2026 PC with specs and power from 2020, which is not fair. All right, to me, with the rise in price of RAM costs and other various things, they're trying to combat that. So we have both Nvidia and AMD are considering reviving old GPUs to combat soaring PC costs. So I will provide all links for the articles in the description as always if you want to go read them for yourself, but I only really highlight what sticks out for me. So here we go. Yeah, possibly, and we could possibly, depending on which generation, we could also bring the latest generation AI technology to the previous generation GPUs. That will require a fair amount of engineering, but it's also within the realm of possibility. So he was asked, the CEO of Nvidia, would he basically update the older GPUs to basically souping up, and he didn't write that off. And then here we go. Earlier this month, rumors started swirling about Nvidia's potentially reviving the RTX 3060. 2021. I don't know exactly when, but we're looking at 4.5 to 5 years ago that this card was released. And you're going to pay what you paid 5 years ago. It's unbelievable, because a 5-year-old GPU is a fraction of what it costs when it first releases. Here we go. And then on the AMD side, AMD is certainly looking at everything it can do to bring more supply and kind of reintroduce products back into the AM4 ecosystem to satisfy the demands of gamers that maybe want that significant upgrade in their AM4 platform without having to rebuild their entire system. So we'll see what happens with this, but guys, PC is not really as inviting as it was, at least right now, until we get past this space. This could take a while. We don't really know how the market's going to shape up, but at some point I think we'll get past this, because more expensive things means less people buy it, and they may impact their bottom dollar. We'll see. But with all the AI stuff, they might be doing just fine. We'll see. Moving on. There was a rumor about GTA 6 being delayed. I don't think any of us will be surprised if it gets delayed, and I don't think any of us will be surprised if it releases. All right. Now, Jason Schreier, he had said something that got misconstrued, so I want to clear that up, courtesy of, who's this? GameSpot? I think it's GameSpot. Yes, it is. The original quote says, the last I heard, GTA 6 was still not content complete. That is to say, people were finishing things up, still finalizing levels and missions and seeing what it's going to make into the game. He added that he doesn't think anyone at Rockstar can tell you with 100% certainty that they will make it out in November. That was taken as, because Jason Schreier, people really look to him for accurate information, leaks, and news and things like that. They took that as the game is likely getting delayed. We don't know that, but he updates. This is a complete misunderstanding of what I said, which is that I wouldn't be shocked if GTA does come out this fall, following the same delay pattern as Red Dead Redemption 2. It's hard to think and believe and crazy that GTA 6 is 10 months away? I don't know what the official release date is. Maybe 11 months away. No, it's 10 months away. 10.5, whatever. We'll see what happens with that. Here's my question. I like to ask y'all questions as we do this. What's the most money you will be willing to spend on GTA 6? They were talking about $90, $100. I think people would do that without even questioning it. And we pay, in a lot of cases, more than $100 for video games, especially if you play games online that have PvP and then sometimes PvE. So don't need to get too much into that, but moving on. Ho-ass GameStop. GameStop, we celebrate y'all failures as a community. See, I grew up, it was Funko Pops. Funko Land, brothers. Funko Land. GameStop came over. They started the pre-order bullshit. They started all the stuff that's going on. And they just made a joke. Somebody had completed, I don't have this is like the first time I don't have it. This guy had completed the entire Xbox 360 collection, including all the games and consoles. Somebody on the GameStop account tweets and says it's worth about $4. All right. Fuck GameStop, bruh. Anyway, GameStop is closing hundreds of stores. Just days into the new year, as CEO Ryan Cohen aims to take home $35 billion in performance-based stock options. Now, this is contingent on some other stuff. We'll get to that here in a second. Go ahead and scroll now. This poor guy been going to this GameStop for over 12 years. Sad to see it go. All the best to the guys, Jose, Nick, and more. Check them out before they close on the 8th. This is the 18th Avenue location in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. What would the world look like without GameStop? Really think about it. We talk a lot of shit. I hate GameStop. I hate going in there. Last time I went in there was this year to get a controller for PS5. Asked for a PS5 controller, and she gave me one in a bag. Bitch, I don't want no bag. Did I ask for a used controller? You don't give me no motherfucking controller, no bag. That was disrespectful, bro. And then I seen that these controllers, bro. Controllers is like $80, $90, $100, man. How we get here? Anyway, just think about not having GameStop. Is a part of your childhood gone? I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, with reports of what seem to be dozens of store closures online. Keep in mind there are other stores. You go to Best Buy and Target and whatever. Anyway, with reports of what seem to be dozens of store closures online, a blog that tracks GameStop activity using employee reports, the company's store locator claims to have recorded 390 store closures via Polygon. An additional 10 stores are still in the process of being confirmed to have shut down, which, if accurate, brings the total to 400 GameStop locations more than 1 week into the year. And when I find this right here, their little tagline was "Power to the players." But when you go in there with a PS5 or Xbox Series X, I can give you $20. Tell you to kick rocks. All right. Anyway, for calling to receive the payout of the $35 billion, GameStop will need to reach a market cap of $100 billion. GameStop's market cap is $9.5 billion. Yeah, you're just $90.5 billion shy of being able to get a $35 billion payout. This is why, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna say what I want to say. Moving on, GameStop. We hardly knew you, bitch. Arc Raiders. I've not indulged in the Arc Raiders greatness. I know it's crazy. But Arc Raiders has gone insane with the gaming fans. This is like, I haven't seen people jumping on a game like this. But Fortnite, Pokemon Go, like something like that. I'm not saying it's on that level. I'm just saying people going crazy for Arc Raiders. To just see people leave the game they're playing and flock to Arc Raiders is cool, because now all these other games have to figure out how to get better to get their player base back. I love it. Anyway, there's a lot of cheaters with gaming, with online gaming, with PC gaming. People are cheating on console though. It's just more people are cheating on PC because it's more accessible. But cheating on console, I've seen that shit. Yo, it depends on what you define as like cheating. Some people would only say cheating is like wall hacks and speed boosts, you know, shit like that. Other people say you got Cronuses and all, you're cheating. Cronus is y'all cheating. They selling. Go on GameStop right now. Go on Amazon right now. Type in Cronus to see how many they sell every week. Y'all motherfuckers is cheating in mass. 2K is ruined. Arc Raiders, you're next. Please. I don't even play Arc Raiders, but we have to get a handle on the cheating in online video games. Do I even have time? Let me see if I can pull something up. I might have covered this already, but it's relevant to what we have going on. Here we go. I keep articles saved. I keep receipts just in case I need to do it. Let me read what's going on in here. I got tangent. You know what I'm saying? We doing one take. I'm not redoing this vid. Anyway, the studio announces significant changes to curb cheats and exploits. Arc Raiders has recently seen an influx of hackers and cheaters making use of an in-game exploit to gain advantages over other players. While many players have been criticizing this, and Bark Studios has announced its official Discord server, it'll be implementing changes to cheat detection rule sets. They've been more described by the studio as being significant and will enable to detect, identify, and remove cheaters at a more consistent rate. You know what? My favorite solution to cheaters was to make all the cheaters play together. If people were suspected of being cheaters, the game, I forgot what game, was it GTA? One of them games would take all the people cheating and you would only play against other cheaters. But that shit is, that's hilarious. Anyway, oh, Shroud has a reaction. I want to listen to this? Let's see what Shroud said.
Embark has zero control over their game right now. I mean, they were on holiday, so I will give them some slack. But if it doesn't, like, if there's no like meaningful change in the next week, 2 weeks, what's the point of fucking playing? Like, actually, what's the point?
No, I'm so dead ass. It might be time for a break. Like, I know I enjoy trios the most by far because I get to play with you guys, or people like you as well, friends. But like, if this is how lobbies are, where like 50% of the lobbies are like stream sniping or cheating, like, bro, it's just not worth it. You know, not to me at least.
Yeah, it's a literal waste of. It's a little waste of our fucking time.
Yeah, like I was like, we just made 9 weight that whole time. We had a chance, like where we thought we could come up on some big goop and get out, and it turns out we just get cucked because someone loaded in the raid with cheats.
What do y'all think of this? Arc Raiders fans, have you seen any of that? People typically will say, turn off crossplay and you'll see way less cheaters. And it's a fact. It's not just you won't see any cheaters, because people don't think you can cheat on console. You can cheat on console. It's harder, but there's more people on PC that are using cheats. There's more people on PC in general, but it's way more accessible. You type in any video game in the word cheats, and you're gonna get a whole bunch of cheat providers on wherever you look, really. And then honestly, I'm blaming Discord for the influx, the increase of cheating over the years. I'd have played 2K on PC over the years. Motherfuckers got banners in the sky, blimps that they put in the game, and it has a banner with Discords on it for you to join and cheat. It's nasty. Nasty. Now, what was I looking for when I told you about the cheaters? Okay, let me make sure I put this here so I can link y'all up. Okay, there's a study here. All right, this is a little bit relevant. Nearly half of the players on the brink of quitting because of cheaters. 42% consider rage quitting a game for good because of cheaters. 42%. 42%. That's nasty, bro. Anyway, moving on. Ubisoft! Y'all hear every week. Every week we talk Ubisoft, and every week it's bad news. However, not so bad this week. The Division 3 is in development, and the quote, the title, the Division 3 will have as big an impact as the Division 1, the Ubisoft dev says. Very confident, very interesting to hear. We'll get some opinions on the Division as a whole in a minute. Speaking during the New Game Plus Showcase 2026, Garrity, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name. I might have butchered it. The Division 3 is in production, right? This is not a secret. It's been announced. It's shaping up to be a monster. I can't release anything more than that, but this is within these walls and massive. Excuse me. We are working extremely hard on something that I think will be as big an impact as the Division 1 was. That, courtesy of IGN, is very interesting. I played Division 1 thoroughly, played Division 2 thoroughly. Didn't have enough in-game content for me, so I ended up moving on. I got tired of doing the Dark Zone. It didn't have enough. The Dark Zone wasn't enough for me in the first game. So we played it for a while, but after I beat the game, I just didn't think there was enough. I did have fun for the hours that I played it, for sure. Beat the story, played with the homies. We did a couple live streams on it. It didn't have any stand power for me. Here's my question to y'all. How many of y'all still play the Division 2, if there's anybody? The other thing is, do you think it's kind of crazy for them to think that the Division 3 can be as big as the first division? I don't think it's as outrageous to say. And the reason I say this is because I think extraction shooters are this generation's chosen genre. So we had Battle Royale last generation. Before that, lots of shooters. I just think now, and then we also had Souls games, or they love those right now, roguelikes. But I think extraction shooters are really taking off in a way, and obviously because Arc Raiders is so big, you only really need one game to introduce a ton of to increase your fan base and bring all kinds of new players. Think what Elden Ring has done for Souls to increase their fan base, and then Arc Raiders with this. People who didn't really play extraction shooters, or maybe didn't like the other ones, are playing this, and now maybe they may look at the Division 3. We'll see what happens, because I also have an article that most players play the same 5 games every year. I don't need to show you that right now. We'll talk about that at a later point. But it was Minecraft, GTA, Fortnite, Call of Duty, and Roblox. I think it was those 5. So in live service is very difficult, like I said, but we'll see what happens with this. But the Division 3 is in development. I'll say what I need them to do above all else is I really need games to have memorable boss fights where people remember the boss's name and they say it in discussions. So if any old heads play Final Fantasy X, people like Unaleska, you have all kinds of people from any of the first Kingdom Hearts bosses. Obviously you have Sephiroth from Final Fantasy, who was also in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, any of the Elden Ring big bosses, we need that. The Division, they just had people named like Kevin and Tyler, and they just was bullet sponges. I need them to kind of get on with that. Moving on, Ubisoft. There's more Ubisoft news now. This is a rumor. Ubisoft has registered a new website for the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake. I played the Sands of Time remake and I punched my table. I beat that game. It was a great game actually. But I hope this is not coming out because I don't want to play it again. Now I know I'm going to be asked to play it again. I played one Prince of Persia game and I decided if I could hide from Prince of Persia from y'all having to watch me play that again, I'll hide forever. I was getting my ass whooped, bro. But anyway, this is development. This has to be completely wrong. January 16th, my ass. Now, is this a reveal for that? This we're talking about maybe a reveal or some information about the game. Moving on. We kind of got a lot this week, guys. I'm sorry. Controversy. Not like that, but like opinions on the game. Life is Strange. I played every Life is Strange on this channel, and this the one spinoff. All right. So I play these games. Life is Strange 1 is still by far my favorite game. I really enjoyed 2. I did not really like Double Exposure like that. All right. I like the ending of it, but they teased at. I don't know who's gonna play it. And the game's old, but I still try not to do spoilers. Anyway, well, there's gonna be spoilers in this. Fuck it. Life is Strange Reunion, a new game. This is a leak, not confirmed. A new game in the narrative adventure series that focuses on the return of fan favorite character Chloe. At the end of Life is Strange Double Exposure, there is a Marvel-like scene where they're saying that they know there's other people with powers out there. So it sounds like they're trying to find and rally up the people. Something like that. Deck 9's most recent Life is Strange game, Double Exposure, received a negative reaction from many core fans of the series for returning to the story of original main character Max Caulfield. In a reality which Chloe survived the events of the franchise's first games but did not pair in person. Fans of the pair's romantic relationship option were particularly upset as Double Exposure explained that the two characters were now broken up seemingly permanently. So yeah, they used the ending where not ending, but they just went with the story where Chloe was so alive, and she just wasn't in the game. And Double Exposure is the first time where there are multiple people with powers and things like that. You have to play it. I do think I really want them to there's a lot of unnecessary stuff in the game that makes the game longer than it needs to be. So if the game's going to be that long, I would like more stuff in the game as far as story, and to be able to hit more, not as much downtime. I don't need action. It's not that. It's just like the pacing was awful in this one. But we'll see about that. If you are a Life is Strange fan, did you like Double Exposure? And what was your favorite one? Moving on, more announcements. Wolfenstein 3 is reportedly in development. This will be Machine Games' first return to Wolfenstein since 2019 Youngblood. Youngblood had DJ's 2 kids, didn't play that one. But I was thinking, the new Colossus, we played that in 2017. Dude, that's almost a decade ago. That's insane. So they always intended for the game to be a trilogy. So they're not quite done with it. They're not shoehorning more story into the game. They intended to have 3 games. they're looking for a way to wrap up BJ's story with this. And also, yeah, I mean, get these Nazis up out of here. IGN said they gave the game a 6.5 out of 10. They weren't the biggest fans. IGN, y'all give away 8s, 9s like hotcakes. So when y'all give a game a 6 or a 5, this is kind of crazy. Moving on. Anthem fans. I don't know who played Anthem. I didn't really get into it like that. Game servers are going off. So anybody who really goes for rare platinums, if you play Anthem, you only have a short time to get the stuff that you need for the platinums. Because games like this, you can have a platinum that nobody else can have because it's not possible to get because the server goes down. So you're looking at, you know, having the servers go down soon. I don't think there's a official release day on here. If there is, I did not see it. But the fan base is going to try to keep it alive with custom service, but it could be uphill battle. Moving on. Since we talk about games, Battlefield. All the way people was acting about Battlefield constantly in Call of Duty's comment section saying this is an ad for Battlefield, you made it easy and all that kind of stuff. I assume that some of those people are still playing the game, but we reported that Battlefield has lost 80% of its player base since a wildly successful launch in October. %. If you played Battlefield and you stopped playing Battlefield, let me know why in the comment section if you so choose. But they need to fix this up because you're not going to retain all your players. All right, a lot of players only play games, new games, until their game comes out. We see it every year with MLB The Show. We see it with Madden. We see it with 2K. We see it with all these games. This is the thing about the casual gamer, is this is just a placeholder for them until their game comes out. So you can't expect them to have all those players. 80% is crazy. Not only that, the Steam reviews have fallen to mixed because of aggressive monetization, generative AI, and I've heard a lot of things. I haven't played Battlefield myself in a very long time. Updates seemingly have ruined the game, which happens a lot. You have a good game and either bad updates, lack of updates, or lack of content. So let me know why you have not played Battlefield, if you've moved on or if you basically just took a break from it. But that is quite crazy. Yo, this person is one of the ugliest to ever do this shit. I'm sorry. Let's move on. Boy, the AI police are getting your ass, man. Battlefield 6 is still great. Reddit is just miserable. Oh yeah. Anyway, I think that was it for today. I was looking at the game releases for the week of Saturday the 10th, and I'm not seeing much. I did mention Animal Crossing New Horizons Switch 2 is coming out, but up until the 18th, I don't really see much of anything. What you really need to do is you got to get down to the end of the month. Right here is where you can start getting these games, and then into February. But for right now, guys, I appreciate y'all for listening. I know we went a little bit longer than usual by a couple minutes because there was a lot to cover. I'll see y'all next week. By the time I put this out, I will be out of town yet again. So I'm gonna put this out so y'all have something to watch when I'm not here. And we will get back to our gaming shit. I think I'm gonna have the Pragmata, however you say that shit, live reaction as well. Bye!